Do you want to know how narcissists manipulate the strong ones? The thing is, they see conquering someone confident as a bigger trophy. To understand how narcissists manipulate strong individuals, we've dissected articles on the psychology of manipulation and narcissistic behavior, and we discovered that narcissists are drawn to certain types of people because it fuels their need to feel superior. We'll expose 7 sneaky tactics narcissists use in relationships to manipulate even the strongest among us. Plus, we'll share a bonus tip at the end that'll reveal the ultimate tactic that every narcissist has in common. So, let's start with tactic number 1. Love bombing. Think of love bombing like a fast-track courtship on steroids. Narcissists use excessive flattery, grand gestures, and an overwhelming sense of intimacy to create an illusion of a deep and meaningful connection. They mirror your interests, listen intently, and make you feel incredibly special. Let's say you've been casually dating someone. Suddenly, they start sending you non-stop texts, write you poems, and shower you with gifts. They remember every detail you've mentioned and constantly express how you're their soulmate. It feels intense, but exciting, right? Here's the catch. It's all a carefully crafted performance to reel you in. Strong, independent people often crave genuine connections. Love bombing exploits this desire, creating a false sense of intimacy that feels real. You might feel like you've finally found the one, only to be left confused and hurt when the affection abruptly cools down once they feel secure in your attachment. Be wary of relationships that move at breakneck speed. Healthy connections take time to develop. Pay attention to actions, not just words. Does their behavior match their intense declarations? Remember to slow down, like a turtle in the tortoise and the hare. Prioritize healthy communication, and don't be afraid to walk away if things feel too good to be true. Tactic number 2. The pity play. Narcissists are masters at playing the victim. They'll weave elaborate tales of misfortune, painting themselves as the constant target of bad luck or unfair treatment. The narcissist constantly throws their problems your way, expecting you to drop everything and offer comfort. The goal is to make you feel responsible for their happiness and obligated to fix their situation. Imagine a friend who constantly vents about their terrible boss and dysfunctional family. They make you feel like their only confidant, and you spend hours offering support and advice. However, their problems never seem to improve, and they become increasingly reliant on your emotional labor. Strong, empathetic people are naturally drawn to helping others. Narcissists exploit this by creating a dynamic where you feel obligated to fix them. This constant negativity can drain your energy and leave you feeling emotionally responsible for their well-being. Set healthy boundaries. It's okay to be supportive, but don't become their personal therapist. Help them find solutions, but don't take ownership of their problems. Remember, you can't fix someone who isn't willing to help themselves. Tactic number 3. The gaslighting gamble. Imagine playing a game of chess with someone who keeps changing the rules mid-match. That's essentially what gaslighting feels like. The narcissist will flat out deny things they said or did, leaving you questioning your own sanity. They might say things like, "You're imagining things," or "That never happened," even when you have clear evidence to the contrary. This constant manipulation disrupts your sense of reality and makes you question your own perceptions. Let's say you confront your partner about a disrespectful comment. They deny ever saying it, insisting you must have misheard or misinterpreted. You start to doubt your memory and question if you're overreacting. This is a classic gaslighting technique used to control your perception of the situation and make you feel like the crazy one. Strong, independent people often pride themselves on their clear thinking. Gaslighting throws this into question, creating a sense of insecurity and self-doubt. You might start questioning your own memories and perceptions, making you vulnerable to further manipulation. Don't let them rewrite history. Document important conversations, keep a journal, and confide in trusted friends or family. Maintain a strong support system and seek validation from others. Don't be afraid to call out their gaslighting behavior and set boundaries to protect yourself. Remember, your reality is valid. Tactic number 4. The jealousy jab. Narcissists crave constant admiration and attention. One tactic they use is the jealousy jab, where they trigger your insecurities by feigning interest in others. This manipulative move aims to make you feel threatened and work harder for their approval. Think of it like a backhanded compliment. The narcissist might downplay your accomplishments while exaggerating their own. They might express concern about your success, implying it will threaten the relationship. Or they might flirt with others in front of you, making you feel jealous and insecure. Imagine you're out with your partner who suddenly starts complimenting another person's outfit or success at work while downplaying your accomplishments, making you feel inadequate. The goal is to spark jealousy and make you feel like you need to compete for their attention. Strong, confident people often have a healthy sense of self-worth. The jealousy jab exploits that by planting seeds of doubt. It can make you question your own value and feel pressured to change yourself to win their approval. Don't fall into the trap of comparing yourself to others. Focus on your own strengths and accomplishments. If your partner constantly uses jealousy to manipulate you, it might be time to reevaluate the relationship. A healthy partner will build you up, not tear you down. Tactic number 5. The isolate and control. Narcissists crave control and often use isolation tactics to keep you dependent on them. Imagine being stranded on a deserted island with no way to contact the outside world. That's how isolation can feel. The narcissist might make negative comments about your loved ones, plant seeds of doubt about their loyalty, or even manufacture conflict between you and your friends. Their goal is to make you feel alone and dependent on them for support and validation. Let's say you have a close-knit group of friends. Your partner constantly complains about your friends' bad influence or make excuses why you can't see them together. They might even start arguments right before planned outings, sabotaging your social life. This isolation tactic weakens your support system and makes you more vulnerable to the narcissist's control. Strong, independent people often have a healthy social network. The narcissist recognizes this and targets your support system to weaken your sense of self and increase your reliance on them. Without your loved ones, you become easier to manipulate and control. Don't let them isolate you. Prioritize your relationships with friends and family. Instead of keeping secrets due to possible embarrassment, explain their manipulative behavior to your loved ones and seek their support. Don't be afraid to distance yourself if they continue to try and isolate you. Remember, healthy relationships add healthy connections to your life, not take you away from it. Tactic number 6. The blame game shuffle. Narcissists are masters at deflecting blame. No matter the situation, they'll find a way to make it someone else's fault. Imagine playing a game where the rules are rigged. No matter what you do, you always lose. That's the dynamic narcissists create with the blame game. They might twist situations, deny their actions, or even project their own mistakes onto you. They'll leave you feeling confused, frustrated, and ultimately responsible for their bad behavior. Imagine you have an argument with your partner and they completely deny any responsibility for their hurtful words. They might blame your tone of voice, accuse you of being oversensitive, or even turn the tables and make you feel like the bad guy. This leaves you feeling confused, hurt, and ultimately responsible for the conflict. Strong, independent people often take ownership of their actions. The narcissist's refusal to do the same can be baffling and infuriating. By deflecting blame, they avoid any possibility of self-reflection and maintain their illusion of perfection. This can make it nearly impossible to have a healthy, mature conversation. Don't accept their blame game. Calmly point out their behavior and refuse to take responsibility for their actions. If they refuse to acknowledge their mistakes, it might be time to reevaluate the relationship. Remember, you can't force someone to take responsibility who isn't ready to do so. Remember the horse analogy. You bring a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Now, what's the ultimate tactic that every narcissist has in common? As promised, here's a sign that will definitely give you an early warning. Tactic number 7. The silent treatment. The silent treatment is a manipulative tactic that uses emotional withdrawal as punishment. Think of it like an emotional cold shoulder. Out of nowhere, the narcissist stops talking to you, returning texts with one-word replies, or simply ignoring you altogether. They might withdraw attention, refuse to explain their behavior, and leave you hanging in a state of emotional limbo. This tactic is designed to make you feel insecure, question your actions, and ultimately come crawling back for their forgiveness. Imagine having a disagreement with a friend, and suddenly they stop responding to your messages. Their social media presence continues as normal, but you're left feeling ghosted and unsure what you did wrong. This silence creates a confusing and anxiety-provoking situation, making you desperate to mend the relationship. Strong, independent people are used to healthy communication. The silent treatment is a confusing and emotionally manipulative tactic that can be particularly effective on those who value connection. By withholding communication, the narcissist hopes to regain control and make you feel desperate for their validation. Recognize the silent treatment for what it is, a manipulative tactic. Don't chase after them or beg for their attention. Focus on your own well-being and surround yourself with supportive people who communicate openly and honestly. Remember, healthy relationships are built on mutual respect and clear communication, not silent punishments. By recognizing these tactics, you can safeguard yourself from narcissistic manipulators. If you want to learn more about narcissism, then be sure to check out our video, The Dark Side of Nice Guys, Narcissists Among Us, to empower the power of you. See you there.